Later in the parasha, Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven come to Moshe Rabbeinu and they ask that they be given their portion in Evar Yarden. And in their request, they say, we will build houses for our flock and for our children, and then we will come to fight in Eretz Yisrael on behalf of the rest of the Shvatim. And when Moshe Rabbeinu repeats the condition to them, he switches the order and says, you'll build houses for your children and then your animals. And Rashi points out that Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven said their animals first because they valued their animals more than their children. And Moshe was reminding them, remember your priorities. Keep what's important, important. Your children are more important than your animals. And my Rosh Hashiva, Rabbi Nachlibur Tzadik Levracha says, this is published in Chadushay Alev. How is it possible to say about Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven that they thought that their animals were more important than their children? And the Rosh Hashiva explained that there's no question that Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven only were involved in raising animals. They were only involved in their parnasa for the sake of their children, for the sake of their families. But the human condition is that what a person's involved in for most of his time ends up taking on a life of its own and an importance of its own. And even if it's only a means to an end, sometimes we lose sight of that and it becomes an end unto itself in a way that we wouldn't have even imagined at our outset. Bnei Gad and Bnei Reuven were only raising animals for the sake of their children, but the facts are most of the day you're spending with your animals, and that becomes an Ikkar, and maybe it ends up even trumping the value of your children on some subtle way. And this is something we see. All of us are involved in parnasa just for the sake of our families, but sometimes it could end up becoming an end unto itself, so that we'll sacrifice our family for the sake of our parnasa. We're learning and doing mitzvahs for the sake of serving Hashem, but sometimes it could take on a life of its own, and we could end up compromising on doing the will of Hashem in order to be able to learn more. Moshe Rabbeinu was reminding them, keep the Ikkar, and the Tafel. Never forget your set of priorities.